first look at high school football scores and highlights. This is First Down Friday Night with the WZDX Sports Team. First Down Friday Night is sponsored by your local Health Mart Pharmacy.
Hello, and once again, welcome to another edition of First Down Friday Night here on WZDX. I'm Sports Director Mo Carter, and of course, it's time for Week 2 across the Tennessee Valley with high school football teams. But we have a few high school football teams playing some of their first games of the season due to COVID and other things of that nature. If you want to find out how your team did, don't forget to check out this ticker right here at the bottom. It's got all your great scores from the evening. Now, I've got some great co-workers. That's Charity Chambers, and that's also Kayla Carlisle. They'll tell us where they are tonight with their special games. Ladies?
Tonight we chose the 9th annual Madison Bowl as our varsity game of the week. See who was crowned between James Clemens and Bob Jones. Plus, I'll have highlights from an epic matchup between Albertville and Sparkman. Charity?
Well, tonight was an interesting matchup as Randolph took on St. John Paul. Now, what made this game so compelling is the fact that Raiders head coach David Lloyd was the Falcons head coach for the past couple of years. We'll show you how that matchup played out, as well as Madison Academy versus DAR.
All right, thank you, ladies. We'll hear from you coming up later on. Let's start in Newmarket tonight. The annual Cotton Classic adding a new chapter to their rivalry between Buckhorn and Hazel Green. Buckhorn, they've won 5 of the last 6 in the Cotton Classic, but enter tonight's game 0-2. The Trojans, they were aiming for their first 3-0 start since the 1991 season. Hazel Green traveling to Buckhorn for this big matchup. Let's pick things up. First play of the game, Jerron Smith catches the wide receiver screen, but he doesn't protect the ball and fumbles. Buckhorn's Cameron Jamar does what any great defensive back will do. Coop and score, taking it back to the house. First play of the game, Buckhorn already up 7-0. After a quick 3 and out, the Bucks take over with good field position. CJ Hatcher keeps it on the option. He gets all the way down to the 2-yard line. A few plays later, Buckhorn gives it to the big fullback. Raylan Woods punishes the D-line and gets across the goal line for a score. Bucks up 14-0. Late in the first, Trojans still struggling. Buckhorn's D coming into play as Anthony Harbin's pass falls incomplete. Buckhorn with the ball once again. The option continuing to work for the Bucks. CJ Hatcher picking up another big gain. Then let's move to the other side of the field. It's Raylan Woods punching it in for his second touchdown. Bucks up 21-0 at that point. Let's check out your final from Newmarket tonight as Buckhorn goes on to win by a final 43-7. Next week, Hazel Green will take on Athens while Buckhorn will take on Coleman. Off to Athens now. Golden Eagles hosting Columbia. Jalen Gilbert gets the score party going right here with his touchdown. Athens up 7-0. Then Cal George throws the wide receiver screen to Jaden Jude. Watch him make the catch, put the stiff arm on somebody, and takes it home for a 15-yard score. 23-0. Athens on top. More from Athens. Their quarterback, Cal George, picking apart Columbia's defense with his TD pass to Dylan Roper, and Athens is cruising. Then George will show off his great running skills, finding pay dirt. Let's check out your final score from this one, as it was all Athens all night. They go on to beat Columbia by a final of 50-6. Next week, Athens takes on Hazel Green, while Columbia will travel over to Muscle Shoals. Let's stay in that region. Got some more scores to tell you about. In that region, Muscle Shoals picking up a 24-12 victory over Decatur. Russellville blanking May Jemison tonight, 41-0. Let's head on down to Arab now. The Knights playing host to Fort Payne. We will pick things up in the first quarter. Wildcats punting. John Weston Johnson back to receive, but he muffs the punt. Will Green recovers it for Fort Payne, and the Wildcats have great field position. Now watch as they will capitalize. They hand it off to Hunter Love, and watch Mr. Love cross the goal line easily. Wildcats up 7-0. Let's go to the second quarter now. Fort Payne will be knocking on the door again. Hunter Love following those big blockers up front and gets in for his second touchdown of the night, 14-0 Wildcats. Wildcats looking for more, and this time they're going to do it through the air. John David Blaylock airing it out, and Cameron Thomas is down deep inside of Arab territory with the great catch. Wildcats in another great position to score once again. Now it's 3rd and goal, and Blaylock, the man who threw them down the field, decides to run it. He actually runs out of real estate at the 2, but watch him turn his leg, stretch the ball across the goal line for a touchdown, 20-0 at that point. Fort Payne was on top, and the Wildcats go on to win by a final of 28-7. Next week, Fort Payne will take on Springville, while Arab will take on Scottsboro. Hey, everybody, you know the deal. Don't forget, we're on social media. I'm at Mo Carter WZDX. We've got at Charity WZDX and also at Kayla WZDX. Send us a tweet. We might read it out loud on the air. All right, we're just getting started here on First Down Friday night. Coming up next, we've got the Madison Bowl, and it's at a new location. Stay tuned for that epic battle, which is next.
Now, back to the action on First Down Friday night.
And welcome back, everyone. One of the biggest games here in the Tennessee Valley is the Madison Bowl between Bob Jones and James Clemens. The Patriots dominating this series from the beginning, but recently times have changed and the Jets have taken the last two. COVID-19 causing the series to change venues this year. So let's go to Louis Crews Stadium to check in with our very own Kayla Carlisle, who is surrounded by some great fans that represent the city of Madison. What's up, Kayla?
Hey Mo, like you just mentioned, James Clemens has won this rivalry the last 2 years, but those 2 wins are actually the only 2 wins they've had in this 9-year-long rivalry. Let's go and check out who would take home the crown tonight in the 9th annual Madison Bowl. Let's get right into the action. Second quarter, Jets already up 34-0 after scoring on the first play of the game. The Patriots force the field goal. Aaron Rowe goes to kick. It's up and it's no good. Jets hold their 34-point lead though. Patriots with the ball now. Slade Alford takes the snap. He finds Terrence Salter, and Salter sneaks right past the defenders and makes a run for it. He would get pretty far before getting taken down. Patriots go first and goal. And this is where it gets interesting. The ball gets pushed through, but it's fumbled and rolls through the end zone. The Jets, Darius Holden picks it up for the touchback. One of the refs was ran over in the process as well. Luckily, he got back up shortly after that play and continued on with the game. And here we are just minutes before the half. Alford looking to make a big throw. He absolutely launches it down the field, and Miles Humes is there to catch it. And he runs it in for the Patriots' first score of the night. But things just couldn't get picked back up for Kelvis White and his Patriots. The Jets take home their 3rd consecutive Madison Bowl title. Here's your final score. Next week, the Patriots take the week off, while James Clemens travels to Austin. Moving on to Albertville at Sparkman. Cheerleaders ready for this matchup. First quarter, 4th down, Albertville with the ball. Ben Allen goes for the touchdown pass to Trinity Bell, but he comes up short. Incomplete pass, Senators ball now. Nick Sawyer, he's going to take the snap. He looks for an open teammate, but he decides he's got room to go. He calls zone number, and he gets the Senators a first down. Same drive, Sawyer hands it off to Chance McClendon, who fights off some defenders. He gets free, and he takes it to the house for the score. Senators lead by 7. So look at your final score for that matchup. Next week, Albertville hits the road as they take on the Florence Falcons. Sparkman will take on Grissom. In Huntsville, I'm Kayla Carlisle, WZDX Sports.
Hey, thank you so much, Kayla, for that one. What a great series of games. Let's stay in that region. Region 4, 7A, Austin playing host to Florence. Austin said it was going to be tricky because Florence hasn't played yet this year, so it's hard to kind of go off the game tape. Black Bears looking good early on with their quarterback number 10, Quincy Crittenden. You know, we've called his name multiple times. Look at him calling his own number and makes a house call right here. Black Bears take a 7-0 lead. But Florence, the Falcons find a way to fly back into this game. Knocking on the door, it is Javian Woods. He gets into the end zone for a score. It was 7-7 at that point. Florence led 14-7 going into the break. But let's check out your final score in this one as Austin comes back and defends the home turf. They go on to win by a final of 42-28. Next week, Florence will take on Albertville, while James Clemens will take on Austin. Should be a very great matchup. There's more First Down Friday night coming your way. When we return, we'll check in with Madison Academy and David Lloyd making his first trip back to St. John Paul as an opposing coach. Stay tuned for that.
Now, more scores and highlights from across the valley on First Down Friday night.
All right, everyone, 4 ways to check out WZDX's First Down Friday night. Of course, live every Friday night on WZDX and also live every Friday night at 10 p.m. on our website, rocketcitynow.com. Full show will be uploaded to our WZDX YouTube page around midnight, and then you can check us out on Whammy Sundays at 6 p.m. on 54.2. So lots of ways to check out all the best week of high school football action across the valley. Lots of happening tonight in the city of Madison. The Mustangs of Madison Academy held their first home game, and St. John Paul welcomed a familiar face back to the home field. Charity Chambers was out there tonight, and she's got more.
If you know anything about St. John Paul football, you know that head coach David Lloyd did a tremendous job of turning that program around. He took a team that was 1-9 to back-to-back playoff runs. But if you look on the Falcons sideline tonight, you won't see him over there because he's actually on the opposing team side as he took the head coaching job at Randolph during the offseason. Falcons led 7-0 going into the second quarter. The Raiders trying to get something going, though. They're not having much luck, though. Andrew Hunter hits Drew Stanley, but he's met by a flock of Falcons. Randolph having to settle for a field goal. Falcons would be called for running into the kicker. The kick was good, though, so Randolph gets on the board. A little bit later, Raiders with possession again. David Clary was just a workhorse for Randolph tonight. He picks up some good yardage there. That would set them up for this. Hunter rolls to his right, and Drew Stanley hauls it in for the score. Randolph gets their first touchdown of the night, and they would go for 2. It would be no good, though, so they're only up by 2 now. Fast forward now, time winding down in the first half. Hunter once again rolling to his right. This time he finds Grayson Davenport. That'll be a first down. Under 10 to play in the first half, Raiders having to settle for a field goal again. It's up and it's good. At the half, Randolph led 12-7, but here's a look at the final score. And a little bit down the road, Madison Academy hosting DAR. Mustangs came out hot. Avery Seaton with the handoff to Timothy Spurlock, and watch him work. That'll be a Mustangs first down. A few plays later, Seaton hands it off, but this time to Jalen Holmes, and he's just making it look easy. He cruises in for the score. Madison Academy goes up 7-0. The very next possession for the Mustangs, Seaton with a nice pass to Spurlock, who's dropping by in the back of the end zone just to say hello. Madison Academy went up 14-0 at that point. They actually went on to win big. Here's a look at that final score. Now, next week, Madison Academy will be facing off against Westminster Christian. DAR will be taking on North Jackson. Randolph will take on New Hope. St. John Paul will be taking on Madison County. That'll do it for me here. Mo, send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Charity. How about some Thursday night highlights? Lee playing host to East Limestone. First quarter, Gage Hill on the snap. He hands it off to Jordan Gardner, who takes off with it, and that's an East Limestone first down. And guess what? It would set up this. Hill with the snap, hands it off to Jamison Drake, and Drake pushes through the Generals defense to get the score. Happening for the Indians, and East Limestone's up 7-0. All right, and of course, you know, they just keep on rolling with this one. Dylan Parrish in that quarterback. He gives it to Alex Mason. Mason gets some good yardage right there. Then Parrish will hand it off to Colin Swart, this time, who finds an opening around the outside, around the left side. He hits the sidelines, and he finds pay dirt. Indians up 14-0 at the break. Let's check out your final score from that one, as it was all East Limestone last night. They went on to win 50-28. Next week, East Limestone will play host to May Jemison, and Lee will have an open date. Then they'll take on May Jemison on September the 18th. Here's a look at a lot of high school scores from around the Tennessee Valley. Check them out, and we'll be right back.
Back to the action on First Down Friday night.
All right, everyone, we're in the final stretch of First Down Friday night. Of course, we always appreciate you checking us out. And as I said earlier, don't forget to check out the wonderful scores right here on the ticker. We got one final game for you. Scottsboro traveling out to Oxford tonight for a region game with the perennial power. Wildcats down 28-0 already, and the Hornets aren't letting up. Shannon Morris takes the handoff, crosses the goal line for a touchdown. Next thing you know, Scottsboro's down 35-0, and it's still the second quarter, everyone. Now Scottsboro with the ball in Oxford territory. Jacob Manning calling his own number on fourth down, but he is stopped short of the first down marker. Oxford will take over, and guess what? They waste no time finding the end zone. Their quarterback, Revy Higgins, has all the time in the world. Watch him scramble, and then throws one up, and then Camden Etheridge is right there for the catch, and no one's going to catch him. 15-10-5. Touchdown, 42-0. They were up at that point. Let's check out your final score from this one as Oxford cruises to a 42-14 victory. Scottsboro next week will take on AHSAA. All right, everyone. It's now time to tell you about our First Down Friday Night MVP of the week for week 1. And we get a chance to talk about the guy right now. That is Quincy Crittenton. Of course, last week, he had an outstanding performance in the first half of the River City rivalry against Decatur. Of course, he had 236 passing yards and 3 touchdowns while leading Austin to their 6th straight win in the series.
I mean, he wants to be the best, and he's a great young man to be around.
I'm dual threat. They're gonna have to watch the pass and the run. Makes it harder for them to guard.
He wants to be a leader. He's got it in him. So I mean, that really hasn't been a great transition or a difficult transition because he's natural. It just comes easily.
All right, everyone, we're running out of time, but of course, nominations are open for the next First Down Friday Night MVP of the week. Go ahead and send it to us, news@rocketcitynow.com with the player's name, school, and stats. All right, everyone, that does for another edition of First Down Friday Night. I'm Mo Carter, and for the whole crew, have yourself a great weekend, and don't forget to mask up.
Watching First Down Friday Night, sponsored by your local Health Mart Pharmacy.